Welcome to the video. Here I'm going to show you how to go through this Easter egg while making a lot of points along the way and doing the steps really efficiently for the rounds. Here's some of the augments I find pretty handy doing this Easter egg and boss fight. Now you don't have to have these exact ones, but they are going to help if you do. To start off, I like to stay inside the spawn room till I get enough points, which is usually around 9,000. And you're also going to want to do the Rat King Easter egg. In this game here, I used some of the blue gumballs. You don't have to, but they are going to help along the way. Usually by the end of round 4 or 5, I'll have enough points to leave. Right here I have 9,500. Make sure you kill any of these extra zombies around the map for more points. Get the rat, get the parts, the perk points, and everything else along the way up to the cannon. I like to do the free perk Easter egg, but I save to the very end to shoot the last one because I don't want to have elemental pop. The reason I don't get that perk right away is because I don't want to have a turn zombie going off and ending the round on me when I'm trying to do steps later on. This first boss for pack isn't really hard to kill, so I don't really worry about it too much. And right here, if I have the points, I'll open up this door and collect this rat also. After Pack-a-Punch, talk to Craft here to activate the Easter egg steps and the incantations. At this point here, you can either go ahead and do the wall puzzle to find the order of the traps, or you can go ahead and skip it. The order you have to do the traps in is linked with the area of the room that you find the page in. The symbol for the first trap you have to activate and get kills with will always be around these boxes here. The symbol for the second trap you have to do is going to be over here near the beds. The symbol for the third trap you need to activate is always going to be around the couch and TV area here. And the last trap you always do is the one right here in Stamina Up. Now that I know the order of the traps I need to hit, I'm going to go ahead and take the cannon ride with the horseshoe in order to get that part so I can start the lightning incantation. When you go to get the charged horseshoe, it's going to spawn zombies in. As long as you know where your last round zombie is, if you keep him behind you and don't kill him, you can kill these zombies and not flip the round. On this game here, it might be different for you, but I had my first 2 traps right out front of the castle in a Deadshot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kill about 14 or 15 zombies in this area, but not finish it. Then I'm going to take the rest of the zombies and use them to fill up the trap circles, because you still get full points for killing these zombies. And as long as you keep your round zombie alive, you can just keep farming points off these zombies and spawns. If the round does flip, it's not really a big deal, because you're still going to have plenty of time to either fill your second circle or get back down to finish the incantation. Try to kill as many zombies as you can along the way, it's just more points you're going to get. For this step, you can either use dead wire on a gun, or you can just bring a shock charge and hit the box with it. Either one works. By this point, you should have done all of the rats and been able to come down here and see what you get for a reward. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the part for the Raven incantation, since my third symbol is going to be downstairs. If your first or second symbol was downstairs, you could also do this instead of the horseshoe. Again, we're going to start this, and I'm going to try to get around 15 kills. The reason I do this is I like to be able to finish the incantation as soon as I'm done doing what I need to do with the zombies, because if anything's in that room, it's going to die, and you could lose a big part of the round. Once you've finished your third incantation ritual, you should have enough points to get yourself at least Vulture's Aid and Jug if you need it. The last trap you always do is going to be in the stamina up room, and I'm going to use the round zombies, or you can also use the incantation zombies for that circle here. Here I had enough zombies in the round to do it. So once that last circle is full, I'm going to go start this incantation ritual, and I'm going to let all of them spawn in, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the free double points that's in the next room. And right here, if you had a temporal gift to pop, you'd have a full minute of double points on just infinitely spawning zombies, and you're going to gain full points for it. So here it's still round 7, and this is almost finished. I'm going to have close to 30,000 points. We're going to have all the trap rituals finished, and you're also going to have 3 out of 4 of the incantation rituals finished. And if you wanted, you could hold the round on 7 here and go ahead and do the fire one and have all 4 of them finished. Just like the zombies that spawn from the incantation rituals, as long as you mark and know where your last round zombie is and keep him alive, the round is not going to flip while you're doing any of these steps. It might help to ping him, or one thing I do is I try to lead him away from the zombies I'm killing and just have him behind me. I try not to get too far away from him so he despawns. You could take it a step farther here and even farm kills off this fire incantation. All you would need to do is make sure that you always know where your last round zombie is, and if you kill the zombies outside of the location of where the circle is, they're not going to count towards it, but they're going to keep spawning in. Round 10, you're going to get your first stamp. Go ahead and collect that and kill the round down till there's 1 zombie left. For the stag sword, I make sure I got 1 zombie left. I'm going to grab the sword, and then I'm going to go down to the quick revive room, and it's going to force spawn the zombie with the part that I need. This zombie with the part isn't going to count towards the round, and you're going to be able to recognize it because you're going to see the part sticking out of him. For this step here, you don't have to kill anything, you just need to wait around for the lightning to strike your sword. But it's also going to spawn in the spiders and the purple-eyed zombies. You can kill those, just don't kill the yellow-eyed zombie. Next round, you're going to get another stamp. Go ahead and collect that, and then get the round down to 1 again. Here I'm shooting the second Mr. Peaks for the free perk Easter egg. Here's a list of the different possible combinations for this puzzle. Just make sure you line them up on the bottom. Here I'm shooting the third Mr. Peaks for the free perk Easter egg. The buckethead zombies that drop the stamps even spawn on the bug round, so keep an eye out for them. Just like the others, after you get the stamp, get the round down so you can complete your sword quest. For these orb rituals, I usually just use the corresponding incantation for it, but you can also use the dark flare field upgrade for this one to make it go by a little quicker. This one here usually just takes 3 activations of the incantation. That's why I grab the one from the night room first and have this one down here after I use the first 2. You can grab a lightning incantation here and then take the fast travel back to spawn to start that one. It's also going to take 3 activations. The fire one here only needs 2 activations of the incantation. I find it best and easiest just to use the incantations because they don't cost any salvage and they're free to pick up. For this ritual here, you don't even have to kill any zombies. All you have to do is run through a bunch of these green orbs around the map. You can fail it if you take too long to get from one to another. At this point here, everything's pretty much done. All you have to do is get yourself set up for the boss fight. And it's only on round 14, and I've got over 30,000 points and most of my perks. What I'm going to do here is get the other 2 perks that I'm missing, and then use the Mr. Peaks free perk Easter egg here to get PhD. I like to bring in the light sword to the boss fight for a few reasons. One of them, you get armor back whenever you successfully melee the boss or kill a zombie when the sword's charged. Also, the charge effect is going to put an area of effect around you that heals you and gets your armor back. And also the swords still do a lot of damage to the boss. For the boss fight, you're going to want to try to stay as close to him as you can using the sword to do as much damage. When he does his attack, you can use the ADS to parry with the sword, and it's going to block the damage from him. Also, while he's attacking and stomping the floor, that's going to damage, knock down, and kill the zombies around, making it easier for you. You don't even have to worry about the zombies, let him do the work for you. It's also good to take advantage of the incantations down here in the boss fight and use that light mend one so that you can have some healing orbs down on the ground for you when you need them. And you can also use the electric one to insta-kill the amalgams. With the augment for the melee Macchiato that lets you back up faster after a melee attack, really helps here. You can almost get into a rhythm where you're just backing up and meleeing him, and you can just barely get out of reach of the slam in time without having to parry it. But even if you have to hit him twice and parry, hit him twice and parry, you can get into a rhythm of it and it'll be real easy. The safest way I found to use the guns against him is to get close enough to him to make him trigger the attack and then slide away and shoot him. That when you're farther away from him, he's going to do his ranged attacks that do a lot more damage and put lava out on the floor. If you need practice on the boss fight, all you have to do is complete the Easter egg up to the point where you're about to go into the boss fight, end the round, and then go into the boss fight like normal. And if you don't beat him and you end up dying, if you close app, it's going to create a crash save file. That way you can load back into the game, go talk to the owl, but then make sure you pass one more round so that if you don't beat him again, you can do the same thing, because it will not make another save file for the same round that you loaded it on. I hope this helped. If you're having trouble with the Easter egg or the boss fight at all, let me know if it did. I'll see you in the next one.